Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Shurik. We are here today to run an investigation on Team Jet Set, a well-known personal branding business run by Josh King Madrid and Eric J. Luvano. So actually, they've been recently involved in selling a new course on an ATM business where they're basically educating people and monetizing that, telling them how to start their own ATM business. But there's a lot of information that they're leaving out that I'm kind of trying to clear up today and make apparent to you guys, because a lot of this stuff is very important for you to know, and that's why I'm here to do it. Now, one thing, a disclaimer I'm going to put out is that this video is in no way aimed at harming the personal brand. I'm here just to provide you guys with facts. The rest of the research you guys can do on your own. This is all publicly available. You can go and open up these links yourself. I'm going to actually leave them in the description of the video. So let's jump right into it. So these guys have, like I said, been selling an ATM business course. Now, one thing these guys are leaving out is the legality of it, right? So they're setting up their ATMs at pot dispensaries, and I'll actually let Josh talk about this in this clip right here. So I'll actually open it up.
So you just saw my boy Eric just put up the ATM, how to put the money in it. The money goes by pretty quick here. It's a marijuana dispensary, so you can tell. We would have brought the high quality camera in there, but they have a no camera roll. So
for sure, it makes sense. Yeah, so I obviously just probably took like what, 30 seconds to refill it?
Yeah.
30 seconds to refill it. We always do before the weekends. Today's Friday, obviously, just because
everyone's trying
tonight, tonight the guy said it gets crazy. It's actually one of the busiest days that actually people come in and actually, get their little fix, So that's basically why we came today, so we can kind of, like I said, just chill for the whole weekend. We don't have to come back for the whole weekend. We're good.
Free money.
And make some money on autopilot, which is pretty cool.
And when we went in there, it's funny because right when we went in there, somebody was already using the ATM, and then after we filled it up, somebody used it. So that's already money right there that we just made within like the 2 minutes that we were there.
For sure. Yeah, no, for sure.
So
All
every time somebody goes in there, pull the money out, make money.
Yeah, I'm probably expecting like around 300 transactions just today.
Yeah.
Three for sure.
I mean, this is a big ass building. This is a big ass.
It's one of the biggest dispensers that I've seen, but I can't tell you exactly where. But it's a good, what we call like a high volume location, because it's just tons of volume. This is probably like the 7th time I actually came to refill this ATM, which is a good problem to have, So but yeah, so obviously we're gonna go to the next shop.
Yep.
Right now we got one more shop to do.
Alright, so you guys saw the clip. Basically, these guys are setting up their ATM at a marijuana dispensary. But there's a couple things to note. Eric actually didn't disclose the location where it's at, and that kind of brings up some suspicion. Why wouldn't he want to tell you guys where it is? Right? He talked about how much volume he's getting at this location, but the volume is the most important thing, and he doesn't give that away. He doesn't give away the location. He could leverage his personal brand, all these views, use Team Jet Set's large following to bring more people, get more volume, make more money on these surcharges, but he isn't doing that. And the reason why he's not doing that is because this particular location is a completely illegal business. And I'm going to actually show this to you. So I want you to take note of these shrubs here in this building design. Okay, so this is the actual location on Google Maps. I actually happened to do some research and find it myself. So this is where they're standing. So as you can see, it's located in Anaheim, California. And just so you're aware, marijuana has been legalized in certain cities starting New Year's of January 2018, but Anaheim doesn't happen to be one of these cities. So actually I'll open up a link and show you guys. So basically, what are the marijuana laws in your California city? So different cities have different laws. If we're looking at Orange County here, you can do this yourself. I'll leave the link in the description. Anaheim does not allow any kind of sale, commercial growing, manufacturing, testing, or any kind of distribution. So yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Whatever kind of business is operating here is clearly illegal. A dispensary is not allowed anywhere. It's completely banned in Anaheim. Yet these guys are putting up ATMs there. So essentially what they're doing, and it's interesting is if you open up their course, they're actually telling you to do this. They're telling you to set it up there, and they aren't giving out all this information. They aren't letting their viewers know that, hey, these are illegal businesses, and you're promoting this kind of network and this criminal activity. So why would you do that? Why would you not be completely transparent with your viewers and let them know what you're doing? And you can tell he's leaving out the information, doesn't want to show you where it is, because he doesn't want to ruin his personal brand. He doesn't want to, have lower sales, because in reality, you aren't getting that many transactions at a normal location. You're getting it at a business that operates in cash only undercover, right? So that's what's happening here. So that's the first location. They actually go to a second one in the video. This is the second location. You guys can look. It's the same place, right? So they load up. This is their second location. Here's a better angle, right?
But
So
the income
go up to
potential
it.
is literally up there.
It's all right. So I just want to show you guys where this is because I have full proof. Here, notice this little thing right here, and notice this plant. Okay, so now we go over here. Okay, it's right there. So that's that plant. Okay, and that is a thingy. So basically, once again, there's nothing here, and this is in Anaheim. And just like I showed you guys, it's completely illegal here to be set up. If you don't believe me, I'll actually show you some more. So retail pot stores are illegal in most cities and counties in California. It's up to each city to decide whether or not they allow shops to operate within their borders. Santa Ana is allowing recreational stores is the only one allowing it out of the 34 cities. So basically, Anaheim is completely banned. And yeah, so I think the biggest issue with these illegal businesses is the fact that Josh and Eric are basically advocating for their viewers and people who are buying their courses to go and set their ATMs up at illegal businesses, not restaurants, not bars or anything. But if you actually buy Eric's course, you see that he basically highlights marijuana dispensaries as one of the top ways to set up your ATM. But when you sell this kind of information, you have to reveal all the details. You can't leave out the fact that certain businesses are illegal, and setting up your ATMs at illegal businesses is basically promoting illegal activity, and that's completely unwarranted, especially in the state of California right now. So that's one issue that they aren't really bringing up with their viewers. The second issue is the fact that money laundering is basically a federal crime. You can't launder any kind of money. But ATMs and pot dispensaries, trust me, that is just a recipe for money laundering. This is all over Google. You can search this up yourself. ATMs used to launder money at pot dispensaries. Look at the first one. Okay, is a recipe for money laundering, right? Money laundering is all over the place. Marijuana dispensaries, pot shocks are wreaking havoc. So this is all over the place, and you can read up on this one yourself. But basically, what's happening is the illegal currency that's being generated through the business is getting placed and recycled into the ATMs, which is then being credited to the people's account. So it's making illegal money seem legal using ATMs. So I'm not accusing these guys of laundering any kind of money, but what I'm saying is an ATM at a pot dispensary, especially at an illegal one that isn't licensed by the state or any kind of regulation involved, is a complete recipe for money laundering, which is a federal crime. And I'm not, like I said, accusing them of doing it, but what I am saying, it is very possible with that kind of situation. So that's another thing they aren't bringing up, the fact that money laundering is an issue. Another thing they're not bringing up is the fact that by supporting these illegal dispensaries, you are also promoting the sale and distribution of weed that may not be tested, so may contain harmful pesticides and funguses that could be damaging to people's health, people who buy it and aren't aware of it. So by kind of selling courses and saying, hey, like, let's place ATMs there, what you're basically doing is you're giving people money at these locations to buy these products that may be harmful. Another thing that they aren't bringing up, you could make this visible in your courses, but they aren't. Okay, they're claiming this is a no-risk business, and they've been claiming this nonstop that there's zero risk involved, no upfront, no upfront investment or anything like that. But the most important thing to note is that there's a huge risk involved, and actually there's a good video here. Actually, there's a full-length explanation explaining why and how your ATMs can be shut down if you place them at a pot dispensary. Since marijuana is federally illegal, banks that sponsor ATM transactions at these locations don't want to be involved with any kind of illegal drugs. So your ATMs can literally be shut down at these locations, and they will most definitely be shut down if the bank finds out they're there. So you can't have them set up at those locations. Biggest issue is with this ATM course and Eric and Josh right now is the fact that they're, number one, promoting illegal businesses by having ATMs set up there. You're essentially giving cash for people to allow these businesses to grow and grow their ring and wreak havoc all over the market. That's the first issue. Second issue is they aren't letting their viewers know about it, so the viewers have no idea that certain businesses are illegal, and Eric is saying, hey, this is like a top spot. You got to set it up there. But people don't know what they're getting into. Especially if you go to number 3, if you go to an illegal business, your safety can be easily compromised. There's tons and tons of robberies. It's all over the internet. You can search it up. People getting robbed at these pot dispensaries because they don't have that much security, especially the unlicensed ones. That's an issue. Another issue is the laundering of money. It's a federal crime to launder money, and having the ATM set up there is a big red flag for money laundering. And you saw that. We showed it earlier. It's all over Google. And Josh actually mentions in the video that he does have a contract set up with 30 pot dispensaries in Anaheim. Well, you can put 2 and 2 together. These guys have a 30 contract deal with illegal businesses. I'm not saying anything, but you can put 2 and 2 together. Money laundering and 30 contract deal seems a little bit sketchy. So you guys can do the rest yourself. That's another thing. And the fact that the banks, they're probably lying to their sponsor bank. Eric, I know, is working with Bank of America. They're the ones who are probably doing his transactions. Maybe someone else, I'm not entirely sure. But he's working with them, and he's not letting them know where he's setting them up. I guarantee you that Eric is straight up lying to his bank because, number one, you cannot have an ATM set up at a pot dispensary. Especially you cannot have transactions being done there through the ATM. So he's definitely lying to his sponsor because you can't have him set up there. So that's another thing that he's not showing you guys. And just the overall picture. People are very naive. They want to start making money quickly, and these guys are taking advantage of that, telling viewers to go set it up at illegal businesses. And they actually could have picked any location to show you guys, but they actually just showed you the most illegal ones, which kind of shows that there's a lot of things that they probably aren't putting up in their videos. A lot of things that probably point in the wrong direction and probably show that these guys aren't who they pose they are on Instagram. And once again, a disclaimer, I'm not accusing them of doing anything, but what I'm saying is they literally could have showed you any other possible location. They could have showed you how it's at a restaurant or whatever, but they're showing you and they're promoting these illegal businesses. And that kind of puts a bad picture, especially for young viewers who want to get involved in entrepreneurship, and this is what you're showing them. So the last thing I wanted to say before I end this video is that Josh and Eric are both lying to their viewers. They aren't letting them know what they're doing behind the scenes, and they're also promoting and teaching young entrepreneurs to go and get involved in illegal businesses. And to me, that seems like a completely wrong act on both of their parts, and they should know better with such a large following. And the reason why I'm making this video is not to damage their personal brand, but is to just make these things more apparent to you, because I know a lot of times you can get trapped in how much money they have, but you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So please, guys, do your research before you do anything.